Hello and welcome back to the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. I'll be your play-by-play commentator, Carl Van Gelder, here with my good friend J.C. Barrett. We'll be talking a lot about this one. There is a lot to talk about coming into this third and final game of this three-game series between the two teams that are tied for the number one seed in the SSC so far. Still early-ish on in conference play. The Mocs with a 9-2 record, and the Spartans with a 9-2 record as well. JC, that last one was a barn burner.
It was electric, to say the least. I was taking pictures for the Instagram, and I was sitting behind the dugout, and it was electric. You could really feel it, that energy in the dugout.
Yeah, and both teams were really fired up throughout that one. We saw great pitching in spurts, but the bats were just alive throughout it. And especially for the Mocs, we saw some big hitters. Ahmad Fitz, a 3-run homer, which really helped the Mocs continue to pad that lead. They had 6 runs in the second inning of play, added 4 more later on in the game, and just found ways to continue to just get that lead a little bit bigger to ultimately come out with that 3-run lead. What are some things you're looking for the Mocs to try to continue here in this second game of the doubleheader, third of the series?
Well, what I've loved so far is that they keep on capitalizing on the Spartans' mistakes.
Yep.
There were multiple routine double play balls that the Spartans could have turned. They didn't. They threw it into the outfield, and the Mocs capitalized. I would love to see them keep on capitalizing on these mistakes, and I'd love to see Logan Adams go out here and shove today. He's coming off a great relief appearance against Wayne State. Went 3 2/3 of scoreless ball when Wayne State got out ahead early against the Mocs. So I'd love to see him keep on pounding the zone here today.
Yeah, and we'll see a lot of action here. And this last one we saw, Williams, he's normally one of the better hitters on this Tampa team, but struggled to get the ball into play and get on base. He was 0 for 5 in that last one. Has a lot of speed, the switch hitter for him. We'll see him dancing around each side of the batter's box and dancing around the bases maybe. For Tampa, he leads the nation in stolen bases with 46, and you can see why with the speed. Even though he wasn't able to get on in that last one, he gets towards first in a hurry. It'll be 1-1 here for Adams, who we talked about coming into it, the righty pitcher for the Mocs. And this will be start number 2 of the season for him, as that will be fouled off there by Williams. Williams, like I mentioned, the leadoff batter and national leader in stolen bases so far this season. And I know you did some research on Adams before the game.
Yeah, he came into the series batting just a touch over 400, probably dipped down below that now after the 0 for 5. But he's your real prototypical leadoff guy. Not going to strike out a lot, going to get on base, and he's going to swipe second whenever he gets the chance.
Yeah, and that's something that Williams did a lot in that last one. Not getting on base, but he did not strike out at all in those at-bats. Did a good job of just finding contact, but just not the right contact for him, as it'll be a 2-2 count here. Adams on the mound for the Mocs, and that one's hit towards the gap. Will the Mocs be able to track it down? No. Mikey Scott gets there in time, and that'll be hit number 1, an extra base hit number 1 in the first at-bat of this third game of this series. In that last one, we saw BJ Rivera, get the dub coming in relief. He had 4 innings of action. In those, he allowed 5 hits, 4 of them extra bases. So the Spartans, they have done a really good job of getting those well-hit balls, but their only struggle so far in this series has been getting those runners home. In that first game of the series, they left 12 batters on base. In the second one, we saw something very similar. They'll be looking to try to remedy that here, but Adams will be looking to prevent that. And it'll be tossed right back in here after the pickoff attempt. Saladino up at the plate, the shortstop. We saw him make a few good plays for the Spartans, but like we talked about already, errors were a big issue for them in that last one and in the first game of the series. The Mocs pouncing on all of those opportunities, as it's a 1-0 count now for Adams. Another one out of the zone there will make it 2-0. And the Spartans, a team that they don't normally score a ton of runs, but when they're able to get those bats going, can be really dangerous because of that pitching. A top 5 team in ERA in the nation, and they look to really try to capitalize when other teams find themselves behind in games. They jumped out to an early lead, 1-0 in the top of the first and the last one, but the Mocs clawed their way back into that one as clawing his way back into this at bat is Adams. 2-1's the count. Let's see what he can do here. We'll move it to 3-1 on the outside pitch.
Just barely missing outside on the last 3 pitches.
(3-1) for the shortstop. And outside again. That'll be an extra base hit and a walk to start this one. We saw a little bit of the bullpen in the last game of the series. We saw 3 pitchers come in relief, starting off early with 2 runners on. Saladino on first with the nation's leader in stolen bases on second. Up now is Urso, the son of Tampa's head coach Joe Urso, as that one will be sent up into the air. Ahmad Fitz looking to track it down. He's made some good plays in this series, and he'll make the grab there. And good idea not testing that arm, as Urso will make his way back to the dugout. Out number 1 here in this top of the first.
That was a good pitch there, nice and in on his hands, especially on the hit and run, not letting the runners advance with the pop-up.
Now Valdez will be coming up here for the Spartans, one of the many experienced players in this lineup for them. Out of everyone batting for them today, only one of them isn't a senior or graduate student, that being the second baseman, Woodburn, who is a junior. The wind pushing in a little bit here, and that's how it's been throughout this series, is flipping around there is Adams, trying to get the runner on second. Will not. Williams making his way back pretty easily. Valdez waiting for pitch number 1 of the at-bat, as that'll be sent in and into the zone. Finding that outside part of the plate. 0-1, 1 out here. The Mocs have won the first 2 games of the series. First time winning back-to-back games against Tampa since 2021 on Senior Day. They'll try to run here, and the throw will be in time. A great play behind the plate there by Philly.
Do not run on Philly, man. He's got a great arm behind the plate, and Tampa just found out that you cannot run on Philly.
And we can see that last replay on the screen here. And JC, the people at home may not know, but you're one of the pitchers on the developmental baseball team. And how good is it a feeling when you're on the mound and you know you have that extra insurance behind the plate in case someone tries to run?
I mean, it's nice, especially whenever you're in a jam like Adams was there with multiple runners on base. Stealing out there is huge, and it can really just snowball into a bunch of confidence.
Yeah, and that's something we saw for this Tampa team work for them in the last one, trying to pick off the Mocs and working pretty well with some of the lefties on the mound, and that put the Mocs in some 2-out situations that limited their offensive output late in the game to allow Tampa to get close, but that's a strikeout looking to end the inning. The Mocs allow 2 on, but none to come home. We'll take a quick break here and then head into the bottom of the first, where the Mocs will look to get those bats going. And welcome back. You can see warming up on the mound there for the Spartans. That'll be their starting pitcher for the day in Stipp, a transfer from Eckerd College.
Yeah, last year he was a second-team All-SSC, what helped him transfer out from Eckerd College and onto the University of Tampa squad.
Yeah, and so far this season, 4.12 ERA, like you mentioned, 8 appearances for him, all of them being starts with 1 complete game and shutout. Just over 39 innings of service with 44 hits and 18 earned runs over that time. 6 walks and 37 strikeouts. That's a pretty good ratio.
I'd have to agree. Obviously, he's going to pound the zone today. The Mocs hitters have to be aggressive here and early in the count and take advantage.
Yeah, and that's what they've been doing. They've been swinging away at good chances, and it's been working for them. In that last one, we saw them rack up a number of hits, getting up to 14 hits in that one, 13 for Tampa. And that just epitomized that game. Even though the pitching was pretty good, the batters were just even better. And you can see already attacking the zone. That's 0-1, and now 1-1, a little bit too low on that second pitch. Simpson, the lefty, up at the plate, the second baseman for the Mocs. He had 3 hits in the last one. So that'll be sent too low again, making it 2-1. Simpson, one of the many transfers coming into this Florida Southern team, was part of his all-conference team up at the D1 he came from this past year. And all of the transfers coming in for the Mocs from the Division I level have not only been successful before they came here, but have continued that through. Simpson coming into the series above 300 as a batter. That one sent right back towards me. JC, great catch on that one. It'll say 2-2. And, you know, I was talking about that last one with Tom. I'm glad he's up here because I would not make the play, but thankfully I have Tom and JC helping me out, keeping me safe up here in the stands. Full count now after the ball.
Saw a breaking ball in the dirt in the last one. Really uncompetitive pitch there. I'd expect another fastball here.
Let's see what they do. Simpson may be challenged. The lefty check swings and checked enough. Heading on to first now, and the man of the hour, the man of the week, the man of the month, the man of the season coming up to the plate, Mikey Scott, preseason All-Region. He's looking like he's going to be all SEC first team this year. He's just been tremendous defensively, offensively. You can say anything about him. 47 hits coming into the series, and he's just carried it through. A 2-run homer to open things up in that first game, and he's just continued to find ways to contribute for the Mocs.
Yeah, he's been a fantastic addition. Came into the series hitting a tick over 400 and had 3 hits last game to improve that average. He's just been incredible.
Yeah, 1-0's the count now, trying to move him off a little bit of that batter's box and give some more space to try to fit it on that inside part of the plate. And let's see if it'll pay off. Swing and a miss there. Out in front. Scott tied for the team lead now after that Ahmad Fitz homer in the last game with 6. And the wind continuing to play a factor as our score sheet's getting tossed around right now. And you can hear a little bit of the wind in the audio as well. It's been a windy one here in Lakeland, but a great day for some baseball. A little bit of sun, some clouds, but not too bad here, as the stand's still pretty full here in this third and final game of the series, second of the doubleheader. 1-1's the count, no outs with the runner on first. Spartans with a hit compared to none for the Mocs, but they'll get a stolen base easily. The wild pitch almost allowing for Simpson to think about third. Good decision just staying on second, though. Looked up for just a split second before making sure to stay there. 2-1 now after that low pitch. Scott still waiting for a pitch he'd want to swing at. On deck is Thurman, the team leader in RBIs. Laying down a bunt, and will it stay fair? No, it will not, so it'll move to 2-2.
Even though that bunt went foul there, that's part of the success of the Mocs team this year, is the unselfishness of this team. We were just talking about how well Mikey Scott's been hitting the ball, and he's willing to lay down a bunt to advance the runner and get an early lead here for the Mocs.
Yeah, and he has the speed to beat out those throws as well. One of the top guys in stolen bases in the entire conference, let alone the team. The Mocs, the national leaders in stolen bases so far this season. Deliver there and swung on right up the middle, and that will be one scoring for the Mocs. Simpson will be coming home, and that will not be in time. No slide needed as an RBI added to the total there for Mikey Scott.
It's just a great job of two-strike hitting, not trying to do too much. Just a nice, easy ground ball up the middle, and the speed of Simpson, that's an RBI for Mikey Scott any day of the week.
And you can see it on your screen again here, just hitting it right up the middle. The only person that had a chance to get that one was Stipp, but unable to get a glove on it. And now with those two batters faced, 1 run already on the board here, and Thurman is coming up to the plate, the team leader in doubles for the Mocs. They'll try to pick off. Let's see how much they'll be doing this. We saw it a ton throughout this series already, and it worked pretty well for the Spartans when they've had lefties on the mound. Delivered, and Scott thought about it for a second, but will make his way back onto first.
Yeah, the one Achilles heel of the Mocs so far has been getting picked off on the bases. It's been a problem the whole year so far, and teams are aware, and they're trying to take advantage of it because it's one of the few weaknesses of this team.
1-0, and another pickoff. And a slight change in the lineup for the Spartans from this game compared to the last one. Rousseau on first with Ashby in right. We saw Ashby come in to pinch hit later, in that second game of the series, first of today, to get things going. And he went 2 for 2, now moved over to right to try to help this team get things rolling offensively. Right now, the Mocs looking to continue rolling. 1-0 with that runner on first in Scott. Scott will go. Will the throw be in time? That was a good one, but a better slide. Getting that foot on before the tag could be placed. Now runner in scoring position with no outs.
Yeah, the hop on that throw, but Scott, just enough time to get underneath that tag.
It'll be 2-0 now. That's a tough spot. Not able to find the zone or get the runner out trying to steal. Thurman in a really advantageous position right now. Swung on there. That one sent up and towards concessions. That one may find a lucky fan's car, but I don't hear any alarms, so they should be all good.
No one got lucky today, I guess.
I'll move to 2-1 after that foul ball. Mock started off with the walk, got a single, stolen base. Now Thurman outside again. 3-1. Batters count. And JC, if you're Thurman here, what are you sitting on?
I'm sitting fastball.
And that one too high. So walk, hit, walk, and now walking up to the plate is Noah Rabin. He has 5 homers this year, good for second best on the team. And I mentioned in that last one, but it's something I feel like you have to mention every game with him. 18 homers last year for Illinois State, the most for them since 2000. So he has some power, and he can definitely hit well as most of the players on this Moxon team can. One of the top batters for them.
You said 18 home runs last year, and when you watch him swing, you can easily believe it. He swings the bat hard. Strikes out a little bit, but you'll allow it when he has a swing like that.
Yeah, and coming into the series above 300 as a batter, came into the series 341. Yeah, one of the many Mocs that have just been getting it going offensively, and especially in this park. We talked about in that last one, the wind always just seems to push out and right, and that goes super well for hitters like Rabin.
Yeah, for whatever reason, this park plays really well for lefties. We've seen it in years past with Mocs greats like Jeff LaCory, Drew Cavanaugh in the previous years. For whatever reason, it plays really, really well to right field.
On deck is another guy who's been having a great series, Roshan Riley, the third baseman. And stepping off and tossing it right over, Mikey Scott. Trying to stay out of the way of that one. And the Mocs keeping opposing pitchers paranoid with their base running. 2 on, no outs for the one-hit Mocs. And they're trying to get both. Can they? Scott sliding, and he is safe. Now runners advancing on his second and third. 2 runners in scoring position for the power hitter in Rabin.
Almost an exact same scenario for Scott as to steal his second base. That hop allowed him to get underneath the tag and once again.
And a little bit like deja vu from what we saw at the top of the first, except this time Tampa wasn't able to make the throw like we saw Philly make. So that one will be swung on and up and into the netting, and then bouncing off the top of the visiting dugout. Now an 0-2 count here for the DH in this one. He's played a lot of right field, but DH today, Ahmad Fitz, has been playing right, and he's been doing a really good job in it. That one swung on. Will it fall in time? And the catch, I think, was made. A great play there by the left fielder for the Spartans in Williams, making the diving effort to scoop that one right above the field and making sure no runs came in for the Mocs.
Yeah, the speed isn't just seen on the bases, it's seen in the outfield as well, as we just saw right there as him coming in on that line drive.
Really tough play to be made there, but finds a way to make it. The Mocs still in a good spot, though. 1 out with those 2 runners in scoring position. Then Roshan Riley coming up. He has 5 hits in this series. And you can
they're
see
intentionally walking him. Wow.
This is back-to-back at-bats where Roshan Riley has to do nothing to make his way on to first. That's a pretty easy at-bat for him. Now bases loaded.
That's an insult to Chris McKenna in my book. He came into this series hitting over 300. Yes, he's had a rough 2 last games, but he's a great hitter.
And they haven't even been too bad either. He's made it on base a number of times thanks to walks, but still looking for that first hit. And I guess that gamble is paying off here for the Spartans if this can be caught, and it will not. The scoop attempt there in right field by Ashby, just a little off in foul territory. So McKenna now heading back into the batter's box and looking for another chance to prove that he's being disrespected. 0-1's the count with 1 out and the bases loaded.
Really interesting situation there. If that ball is caught, it would run easily scores from third. So a little interesting situation there on what you really want happening, but we'll live to see another pitch.
Deliver there, and that one is hit well up into the air, but the wind will definitely keep that one in. Let's see what the arm looks like on Williams. Scott going for it, and will that be in time? No, it will not. It'll be a nutmeg, and runners will advance, and now going for it all is McKenna, and he just slid too early and got caught up with the Tampa player.
Hopefully Riley's all right.
Excuse me, that was Roshan Riley, correct, yeah. And Riley trying to get there in time. It looks like Odette's trying to get an interference call, but I don't think he'll get that one.
No, I mean, the throw beat him by so much. I think it's really just trying to see if you can extend the first inning here.
Yeah, and I think that should be it for this first inning of play. The Mocs able to get run number 2, but unable to keep it going after that attempt to keep this one alive. We'll head to this top of the second after these discussions on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. And welcome back. Top of the second, each side with 1 hit, but the Mocs with 2 runs. Logan Adams on the mound right here for Florida Southern. You can see him gearing up here. He'll be taking on Ashby, the right fielder, in this one for the Spartans, trying to keep things rolling here for the Mocs, who have had some pretty good flashes from their pitchers throughout this one.
A lot of Mocs pitching doing really well this series, getting out of jams. A lot of runners left on base for the Spartans this series.
Yeah, the one thing that I've seen a big difference in the batting for both teams is Tampa's done a really good job of getting on base with walks. In that last one, I believe they were walked 6 times. So we're just very patient in those at-bats and weren't swinging at too much junk, and that allowed them to get on base despite not having too many hits early on.
Yeah, that's the one time that these Mocs pitchers get in trouble is when they're throwing uncompetitive pitches. It was part of what made last year such a disaster and why we've seen less of it this year, and it's part of what has turned around this program.
0-1 after that one finds the zone on that left part of the plate, away from the batter in Ashby. Like I mentioned, 2 for 2 in that last game. Trying to find the same spot, but just off, so we'll move to 1-1. So far, the Spartans with 1 hit, 1 extra base hit, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. That one too low, and the ump getting the throw all the way to the mound. Put him in.
I don't know. It wasn't the most.
It looked like me throwing that one.
It wasn't the most accurate throw. Logan had to scoop it up from the grass.
2-1 as that one is laced, but a little bit early. We'll go up and over, and that might be a US 98 ball.
It's a long
We'll move to 2-2.
strike.
Yeah, they all count the same. 2-2 in this 2-run game. Ashby takes that one too low.
Seems to be a concerted effort for Adams so far to stay away from these lefties. Not wanting anything in on the hands.
Full count. Adams delivers that one a little bit underneath, so Fitz will have the ability to make the play. He'll wait and get it in the glove. Out number 1 here in this top of the second.
Yeah, Logan got away with one there. That was middle of the plate. Ashby just was a little bit underneath of it.
Now up will be Braden Woodburn coming into the series, a .322 batter for the Spartans. He's appeared in nearly every game this year. He's only missed 2 appearances this season. 1-0, 1 out. Second baseman swings there, and that one, will the play be made? No. Jevin trying to make the diving effort, but can't get the glove on it. So now that will be hit number 2 of the game for the Spartans, and their first single with Woodburn on first. Woodburn with 10 stolen base attempts, 7 of them being successful coming into the series. So has had some willingness to try to test these opposing teams and see if they can throw them out. Let's see what he'll do here. We've seen aggressive base running from both sides, obviously more so by the Mocs. Garavito up at the plate, the catcher. First at-bat of this game. Didn't see him in that last one. We 1-0 after the ball. Runner on first, creeping over, inside pitch. Garavito doesn't budge. Santiago coming into the series, a .263 batter as the pickoff attempt no good. .2-0, 1 out. Runner thought about going, but stays put.
That was a big pitch there to get back into the count, get a ground ball here to end the inning.
2-1, and yeah, that's something that the Mocs have done a good job against Tampa, finding ways to climb back into these counts despite falling behind at points. Now finding ways to try to close out the inning. That one will be lined in between short and third. So now 2 runners on, 2 singles, and back-to-back at-bats. Russo up to the plate now for the Spartans. .278 coming into the series with 90 at-bats, 25 hits, 10 of them extra bases with 3 homers and 7 doubles. 14 RBIs to pair with that as well. Those 2 runners on the Mocs will definitely be very aware of. A decent gap between short and third as Relaford moving over a little bit to close that. Move to 1-0 after the low pitch. Three hits for the Spartans compared to one for the Mocs. Is tossing that one right over to Relaford and right back. Always nice to have a little game of catch in the middle of the game.
Yeah, the runner was not off very far, but Relaford called the pickoff play. And
contacted there, double play opportunity. Simpson tosses it. One more. Can they get it? Yes, they can. Outs 2 and 3 there for the Mocs.
It's a great play by Simpson to start that double play.
Yeah, sliding there and making the throw in time, staying cool and collected. The Mocs head into the bottom of the second, looking to collect some more runs here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Welcome back. Bottom of the second here. The Spartans, you can see, with 3 hits, 1 for Florida Southern, but they have 3 walks, and that's been a big difference maker in the series as walks have played a big factor for the Spartans in that last game, but now the Mocs staying patient and getting some runs because of it. Ahmad Fitz will be coming up to the plate. He had a 3-run homer in that last game.
Yeah, it was great to see the power. Obviously, he started with that 3-home run game against Eckerd that started a great opening stretch of the season for Fitz.
That one hit really well and will fall in time. That'll be 1 for the right fielder. Hitting that one a shallow right and making his way on first. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 hit here to start the bottom of the second.
It'd be great if he gets hot again, because when he gets hot, he just mashes the baseball.
Yeah, National Player of the Year is no joke. That huge week, like you mentioned, kicking off with that 3-homer game against Eckerd. Up now is Philly. We saw him make plays behind the plate. Now let's see what he can do in the batter's box. Fitz wants second. Will he get it in time? And they'll say out. They'll say they got the slap tag in time there.
I mean, they tagged Fitz on the foot there. It's debatable on whether he got the tag down before Fitz's outstretched arm got to the base.
Let's see if the replay can show us anything we may have missed. You can see that one delivered well, and yeah, it was a close one. As that one will be contacted well, going into deep right field, and warning track power there for Philly. So I'll be out number 2. The stolen base was stopped by the throw, and then maybe the wind keeping that one just slightly in as it's pushing in towards home.
Yeah, the wind is yet to make a decision on which way it's wanting to blow today. It'll circle around. Right now it's blowing in. Earlier it was blowing across the right.
Relaford now up at the plate, the righty shortstop for the Mocs. And he's been reliable for Florida Southern on the defensive and offensive end. Was caught stealing for just the second time this season, earlier in the series in that second game.
Yeah, and it was a pickoff attempt,
Yeah.
So only one catcher so far can say that they've gotten Jevin Relaford out this year.
And before that, he had the longest streak in at least Division II. I'm not sure if in the entire NCAA for stolen bases consecutively, going in from the midpoint of SSC play last year. 1-2, 2 outs here for the shortstop. Relaford, no swing, good take.
Stipp has done a lot better job this inning getting ahead of Mocs hitters.
Yep, continuing to attack too after he gets ahead. Like he did there. And that'll be a strikeout looking. The Mocs will head to this top of the third. No runs found in that bottom of the second, but still a 2-run lead here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Welcome back. You can see Logan Adams on the mound for the Mocs. He's looking to continue to find a way to keep this Tampa team runless. They have 3 hits, no runs compared to 2 hits for the Mocs, and 2 runs for them as well. Here to kick off this inning will be King, a sophomore for the Spartans. In the 9-hole for them, the center fielder, we saw him have a pretty good one in that last one, going 2 for 4 to take on that game. Looking to have another good outing here, but Adams looking to slow his roll.
Would like to see Adams get ahead of some more counts this inning. He's been pitching well, but mainly behind in the count.
Against a righty here in King. So that one will find the zone. On that right side of the plate. Adams has been trying to attack outside against these batters, and that one pays off, and that one will too. A little bit lower, but same spot.
Well, Logan doesn't really have anything that's going to really overpower you. He's got a high 80s, sometimes touching 9 fastball. So he's going to really rely on his off speed in the outer half of the plate.
That one just slightly too high.
I don't know where that one missed.
Yeah, and that's why we're not wearing blue.
Or maybe we should.
In case you're wondering what we're wearing, it's moccasin red. That one will be hit well in center field. Thurman looking to track it down, and he will get there in time. Had me worried for a second, but able to get there in time.
Yeah, he started drifting at the end there, but the wind held it down.
Now we're heading right back to the top of the lineup. Williams will be coming up to the plate. Started off with a double. Let's see what he'll do here. That first extra base hit of the day and first hit of the day for him. Let's see if he can continue to see what Adams is giving him. Delivered in the zone. You have to think on that first one, Williams was just going to take all the way. It's a pretty good one to swing at there, but no swing. 0-1 and contacted there. Simpson, routine, out number 2. Simpson doing a good job, just fielding it, not wasting any time, and giving it right over to McKenna. Saladino up now. Was walked earlier in this one. One of the runners left stranded for the Spartans already in this game. That one will just get out of the glove of McKenna. Good effort there, but just out.
Yeah, he timed the jump perfectly, just tipped off his glove.
Up now will be Urso. And we were talking to our stats guy earlier before this, Sam Dykstra, about some fun facts we could mention on the broadcast. And Joe Urso, the father of the Urso up at the plate right now, and head coach of the Spartans, played minor league baseball with Sam Dykstra's high school baseball coach, Darren Dottie, in 1994 to 95 with the Lake Elsinore Storm. So very exciting stuff, very small world. Baseball, I feel like you always hear about, oh, yep, you did play in the minors, okay. And then you just connect all the dots, and it's always so fun with all the players that have gone to the majors and minors here from Florida Southern and obviously from Tampa as well with how successful each program has been.
That pickoff move there was a cop-out. The pitch clock was winding down as they were having trouble getting the pitch call in. Oh.
The Mocs wanted that call.
I thought he had him there.
If you ask the Tampa fans, they thought he was safe, so it's goes both ways here as that one will be hit right towards third. Can they get it? And they will. Tossing that one right over to second. For out number 3, the Spartans leave another stranded as we'll head to this bottom of the third here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Welcome back to historic Henley Field in beautiful Lakeland, Florida. Looks like a Bob Ross painting in the back there with the clouds. It's a beautiful day, great day for baseball, and it's been a great series for the Mocs. They've won the first 2, and right now they have a 2-run lead, and no one better to start off the bottom of the third than your leadoff batter, Cleary Simpson. Started the game off with a walk, and he'll be starting this inning off as well. Like I mentioned, 2-run lead for the Mocs, 2 hits for them as well, 4 hits for the Spartans. Florida Southern has been walked 3 times, which has been the name of the game for them so far.
It's also a big part of Simpson's game. He got off to a slow start this year, at least the first few series. But one thing that kept him in the lineup was his ability to work a walk.
Low and away, ball number 1. On deck will be Mikey Scott, who we've talked about many times here on the broadcast. That one will be sent inside and inside the zone. 1-1 here for Cleary. Second baseman was able to get 2 outs in that last one for the Mocs, that last top half of the inning. It's been a pretty good defender for them so far this year.
Yes, he has. He's made some great plays in the hold, ranging to his left.
And that one will be contacted. Will it sneak past? No, it will not, as Simpson will put on the brakes there as he's thrown out for out number 1. As now coming up will be Mikey Scott, 1 for 1 on the day with the single, or 1 for 1 in the game, excuse me, with the single, and looking to find some more success. He's one of 2 Mocs to get a hit in this one, the other being Ahmad Fitz, left and right fielders for the Mocs. Thurman, the lefty, will be on deck as that one having a little bit of deja vu. Will be out number 2.
Yeah, off the end of the bat there. Stipp has really kind of settled in after that rough first inning that only gave up 2 runs, but he's been attacking hitters well so far.
That's what helps you be All-SSC second team last year. Able to get some tough hitters out. Thurman looking to keep it tough for him today. One of the premier Mocs this season. Whether it's hitting, fielding, base running, he does it all. Started off with the ball there. Just a tad off. Move to 1-0. Some decent lateral movement on these pitches. Working their way outside a little bit. 2-0 here. Thurman made it on to third after being walked in that last one. He'll take a hack at that, but it'll be likely out number 3 if the catch can be made, and it will be by Urso. So now we'll head to the top of the fourth. 3 up and 3 down for the Mocs as they'll be looking to keep the solid pitching going here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Welcome back, and the Moccasins, number 13 in the country, up 2 runs to none against the reigning national champs and number 1 team in the country, University of Tampa Spartans. The Mocs have Logan Adams on the mound here for him, and he'll be looking to continue to contribute for the Mocs. And something we've talked about a lot for this Tampa team is their pitching, and they've done a good job, and we saw it in that last inning. Coming into this series, they were number 4 in the nation in ERA with a 3.38 ERA, a 121 whip as well, good for number 4 nationally. Coming in, Chris McKenna had a 4-game hit streak. That did not keep rolling here, but he's done a good job of getting on base for the Mocs, and he'll be looking to play some good defense here in this top half of the inning. Also some score updates for Florida Southern. Women's lacrosse team, they won again, in case you're wondering, 21-9 against Receiving Votes Palm Beach Atlantic. Inside there, saying back off a little bit.
A little chin music.
Good thing I'm not in the batter's box, because I would not know how to handle something like that. Valdez 0 for 1 on the day. He struck out looking in his last at-bat. He's the DH for the Spartans in this 3rd game.
It's a great pitch. After almost hitting them in the face, you drop a bender in.
That one swung on up in the air, and that's number 1. Ashby will be coming up next. One of a few lefties in the lineup. 3 lefties and 1 switch hitter in this lineup in the 3rd game for the Spartans. Ashby, a senior for them. Coming into the series, a 257 batter. Up and away, ball 1. Tampa has double the hits of the Mocs with 4 compared to the 2 for Florida Southern. Outside again there. Tampa's only been walked once. Florida Southern's been walked 3 times so far. 1 strikeout for each. Low there, but in the zone. Climbing back into it, and we've seen that a few times already in this game. Starting off with 2-0 and then getting that next one. And let's see if he'll find the zone again here. Contacted. He flew out to right in the last one. Now he'll be popping out. It looks like Relaford wants it, and he'll get it. Out number 2.
Another great pitch there behind an account. It's been behind an account for most of the time today, but he's been making great pitches to get him out of the at-bats unscathed.
Now up will be Woodburn. 1 of 4 Spartans with a hit. He's 1 for 1 with a single. It's also one of 3 that have been left stranded today. Outside, ball 1. Contacted, Relaford, throw, 3. And now the Mocs will head to the bottom of the 4th. Tremendous defense and really good pitching for the Mocs to keep things rolling here. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th in what has been a fast-paced game thus far. Welcome back. Bottom of the 4th, 2-0 is the score right now. Neither side has scored since that bottom of the 1st when the Mocs found 2 runs. Up now will be Noah Rabin, 0 for 1 on this 3rd game. We've seen him get some decent contact throughout the series. He'll be looking to find some more here. The Mocs 2 for 8 on the day with 3 walks that I've talked about a good amount and 1 strikeout so far. They found 1 hit with no runners on and 1 hit with runners on. They've also been trying to steal, have had some success, some trouble, still figuring out the mix here against the lefty.
Rabin got behind an account last time.
Takes it in the zone. That one too low. The off speed just dropping too much. Roshan Riley will be up next. That one is hit up in the air, but will likely, I don't think it'll carry enough. And yep, it'll cheat its way right back into the field of play. So that'll be out number 1. A pretty well hit ball again. Let's see. Roshan Riley, will he be walked? Will he not?
I think you got to let him hit here. I mean, there's no one on if they're going to let him hit.
Yeah, back-to-back at-bats where they've just been like, just send him.
I love Roshan, but they're giving him the Barry Bonds treatment lately. Oh. Had the music playing a little too long there.
The umpire giving a quick look back. Be ball number 1. Inside. 2. Maybe they'll just do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, the good old-fashioned unintentional intentional walk.
Stipp delivers, and that one's hit really well, and ooh, maybe they had a thought or two. Maybe we should have just done it again. Really good contact there, but better defense to get in the way.
Yeah, it was a great piece by Roshan in his first swing in probably an hour and a half.
Chris McKenna now up. Was on a hit streak coming into this series. Has been challenged by this Tampa side to get a good swing on it. Let's see if he can find one here. Outside. Contacted there. That one a chopper towards 3rd. Can McKenna beat it out? No, he can't. So another quick one. Let's head to the top of the 5th. We'll be back after this. Welcome back. Adams looking to continue a strong showing here. And during the break, we were talking a little bit about the big leaguers. We were talking a little bit about the Yankees, how they were able to just rake earlier today. And that's something we saw from the Mocs as well, just finding ways to get some solid extra base hits.
Yeah, New York welcomed Nestor Cortez back with 3 home runs on 3 straight pitches. Off the bats, I believe, of Goldschmidt, Bellinger, and Judge.
Yeah, the Mocs looking to find some more of that hitting, but first they need to take care of business here in this top of the 5th. This Tampa team, a team you always have to stay very aware of. You're not the number 1 team in the country for no reason, and especially not the reigning national champs for no reason. So Tampa always very, very dangerous with Garavito up at the plate now, singled in his last at-bat in that 2nd inning of play. So it'll be 0-1 after the foul ball. Adams doesn't like that one, so we'll switch it out. Last few innings, we've still seen some contact, not a ton. We've only seen 1 strikeout for each side, but either just weak hits in the infield or flyouts to the outfield. And the pitchers have been helping out their teammates to be able to make some routine plays and not have to do too much so far.
Yeah, the pace of play today has been really fast,
which is a stark difference from that first game today. That one, we saw a lot of hitting and a little bit slower of a pace, but man, that was still a very, very exciting one like we talked about to start off this game. It'll be 1-2 now. Let's see what Garavito can do. Is that one will be swung on, and will it fall in time? Yes, it will. It'll get right past Ahmad Fitz. Thurman will pick it up and launch it into second there. We'll wait to see if that'll be called a single or a double. Fitz just losing the ball for a second, and now a runner in scoring position for the Spartans. That's hit number 5 for them. Russo up at the plate, the first baseman, lefty batter. We're here in this top of the 5th. 5 hits, like I mentioned. Geez, that one hit pretty well, but I think it will not make the warning track. It will not. Ahmad Fitz underneath it and tossing it in. And good decision there by Garavito, not running.
Must have been off the end of the bat there. On contact, I thought
that
was
one
going a little
hit
bit
really
further.
well. Yeah, for a second I was like, oh, it's even, but the Mocs still up 2 runs. As King will come up here. He flew out to center in his last AB. Delivered in the zone. Finds the inside of the right side of the plate. This will be 0-1, 1 out with that 1 runner in scoring position. On deck will be Williams, the leadoff batter. So that one will be laced to left field. Mikey Scott trying to track it down, and that'll be a double as he'll send this in. Will the run score as Relford unable to get that one? One will score with the runner on second. Stand up double there for the Spartans. King, the second extra base hit of the game, second for the Spartans. And now the first run scoring for him with the guy who kicks it off with a double up at the plate.
Yeah, just caught too much of the plate there. It was center cut, and King took advantage of it.
Yeah, and King, he's continuing to have a really good showing from that 9 spot. Look to see if he gets moved up in the next series for the Spartans. 2-1 is the score now. The Mocs looking to hunker back down. So that one will be popped up into foul territory. Can that be corralled? It looks like it'll go off the netting. Roshan Riley was trying to get there, but saw where it was going to fall and started jogging over towards it. So it'll be 0-1 after the foul ball. Williams with another opportunity here. So it looks like that hit earlier was called a double that we saw from Garavito, as that one will be swung on foul again. So 3 extra base hits for the Spartans. Back-to-back games now where half of their hits have been extra bases. Looks like that one may have hit off the right calf there of Williams. He'll shake it off. 0-2. Let's see how Adams attacks here. Delivered.
Yeah, his calf really seems to be bothering him. I don't know if it's a cramp or if you fouled it off.
Yeah, I didn't think it fouled off his calf, but I wasn't paying too much attention to where it went after it went foul. Logan was looking for the swing there, but didn't get it. 2-2, 1 out, number 19 up at the plate. Deliver there, that one will be put into play, but will it fall in time? No, Mikey Scott will be underneath it. Be 2 outs now with that runner on second. Williams just continuing to struggle against the Mocs in this second game of play of the day. Second day of play against Florida Southern as well. 1 for 3 now. Outside of that double, has not seen a hit outside of that leadoff double of this game today. Saladino now up at the plate here. 1 for 1 in the zone. Was walked, then singled. Both of those times was left on base. Getting ahead early is Adams. Outside, no swing. One-run lead here for Florida Southern. This 1-1 count with 2 outs. Mocs with 2 hits compared to 6 for the Spartans.
Ooh.
And Relaford looking like he was in the Matrix for a second there to make the grab.
That was a good pick. I'm not quite sure why Adams decided to throw that there after the inside move. You could just can it, but good pick by Jevin.
Another one outside. 2-1 in this 2-1 game.
Once again, staying away from the lefties here, but just too far off the plate.
Doesn't want to allow them to turn on one. The shortstop swings there, and oh my goodness, JC, another play made.
Yeah, got 2 souvenirs today so far.
Yeah, see if you can trade that in for Skittles or something. I don't know. It'll be 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Saladino waits for it and will pop it up. Let's see who wants to make the play. Will Roshan Riley get it? Yes, he will. Out number 3, 1-run scores there in that top of the 5th. The Mocs with an opportunity to add some more insurance for Adams, who's done a pretty good job so far. 6 hits for Tampa, 2 for the Mocs. Let's see what they can do to try to add to that total here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. welcome back. Bottom of the fifth. The Mocs haven't really found anything offensively since that first inning of play, and that's a big part because of Stipp.
No, only 2 hits so far. They took advantage of the 3 walks in the first inning, albeit one of them was intentional. However, Stipp is really bunkered down and hasn't walked anyone since that first inning, and because of it, the Mocs have not gotten anyone across.
And an inside one there for Fitz. Thought maybe he'd let it rip on that one, but it'll be 0-1. Contacted there, a chopper in a foul territory. It'll be a quick 0-2 count. Too low there, skipping right off the ground. One, two. Umpire hand delivering the ball.
Special
Delivery, and Stipp has had a really good delivery so far.
Yeah, really since about the 3rd inning is when he really settled in.
Yep.
There was still some traffic in the 2nd, even though no runs came across. Since the 3rd inning, he's really done a great job of getting ahead of hitters.
And too high there. Trying to get the swing, but underneath it. And the Mocs continuing to try to see what Stipp is giving them. Philly up to the plate now, 0 for 1.
Yeah, from the IDAR from me, it looks like Stipp's fastball is probably in the mid-80s. Nothing really overpowering. Just after those off-speed pitches, it was able to get by Fitz upstairs.
Start with a 1-0 here on Philly, who in his last at-bat had that really good swing that went into deep right, but just didn't have the legs at the end.
Yeah, you'll take that hack out of Philly any day of the week. Eventually, it's going to fall for a base knock.
2 for 12 are the Mocs so far in this game, a stark difference from the first 2. That'll be inside again, making it 3-0. And something we've seen a lot from this Moxon team is sometimes there'll be one game every 4 or 5 where the offense will kind of go kaput. And this one, they started off a little bit slow, but especially in that Wayne State series, we saw them start off slow in some of those, but then really get things going in the bottom of the 5th or the bottom of the 6th to try to get that momentum into the closing parts of games.
Well, yeah, once you start working into the bullpens, especially in these doubleheader games, you can really see the offensive numbers for any team really increase.
Let's see what we can do here as Relaford will be up. As that one will be hit really well. That one into deep left field. Will it have it? No. Warning track there. Relaford almost had that one. A really good swing there, and he was looking for homer number 2 of the season. Just didn't get enough.
Yeah, the wind was not his friend there. He got a very good piece of that baseball. He's not known for his pop, so that might have been all he's got. But the wind blowing across from right, which means it's blowing in from left.
Cleary
kept
Simpson.
That ball in.
Yeah, and Cleary Simpson now up, the other middle infielder. Sound will be up and in. Ball number 1. 2 outs now after that really well hit ball that we just talked about from Relaford. Philly on first, and it'll be 1-1.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect any sort of motion from Philly. He's got 2 games of catching today. I would not expect his legs to be fresh enough to steal second.
Outside. It'll be 2-1 now, same as the score. We talked about it a little bit during the break. I feel like the Mocs really need to find some insurance sooner than later. This Tampa team, they can really find runs in bunches, and so can the Mocs. But you don't want to let the other team get a chance to have some momentum swing their way.
Yeah, one-run lead with this much baseball left is not an incredibly comfortable thing.
3-1, 2 outs. That runner in Philly on first, as that one will not find the zone. So Simpson making another trip on to first base, his second of the game. Last time he was walked, he made it all the way home in that first inning. Let's see what Mikey Scott can do here.
Got another visit here from the Spartans pitching coach. Saw this in the first inning.
And what conversation would you have here if you were the pitching coach?
Whatever mechanical cue that Stipp has in order for him to throw strikes is probably what they're talking about right now. Obviously, easier said than done, go up there and say throw strikes.
Yeah.
But just got to attack these hitters, even though you got one of the better ones in the SSC coming up right now.
Well, I'll let you know. If you told me to throw a strike from up there, it might take like 10 tries for me. So I always respect all of these guys that are putting in the work here, especially against some of the top teams in the country like we're seeing face off here today. Outside, but we called a strike. The right part of the plate, just having the ball sneak right up and over it. Scott advanced on a single in the first and made it all the way home, had an RBI single with that hit. Grounded out in the third, as that one will be sent up, and will it make it onto 98? No, it will not.
Mikey's going to wish he's had that one back. That was a center cut fastball at 86 that he should have just destroyed.
Hindsight always 20/20. 0-2, 2 outs for the 2-run and 2-hit Mocs. Mikey Scott swings there. That one goes foul again. Right by the Mocs dugout. Reaching a little bit there, but I think that one was still in the zone. Just up and away. Tampa with 3 extra base hits. Florida Southern with 0. The Mocs, though, with 5 walks compared to 1 for the Spartans. Stipp delivers, and another outside one fouled off. Mikey not playing for a walk in this at-bat. Just got to defend here in this two-strike count.
No, he's got a battle here. Work the count back in his favor, or get himself another knock like he did in an 0-2 count in the first inning.
That one had a chance to go far, but the wind looking to push it in a little bit there, and that'll be out number 3. The Mocs leave 2 stranded in that one, and will look to find a way to keep it a 1-run lead here as we head to the top of the 6th. Let's take a quick break here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Welcome back. Top of the 6th. You see the score, 2-1. The Mocs with still just 2 hits in this one. They've made it on base a few times with walks, but just have not been able to get those balls into play off the ends of the bat. So Tampa looking to find a way to claw back into this one. They're down just 1 run here. They have 6 hits. They'll look to continue to add to that total. Logan Adams on the mound here for the Mocs. He's allowed 3 extra base hits, all of them being doubles, and 20 batters faced. 64 pitches. Will likely hit 70 in this inning.
Yeah, this is an important inning here for Logan. He was on cruise control up until that 5th inning where he saw a lot of traffic. Only gave up 1 run, but it'd be nice to see him settle back in here.
Up now is Urso, as that one is hit deep, but it'll be corralled by the center fielder in Grant Thurman. That one hung up in the air for a good amount of time. I was waiting for it to fall, and it just kept staying up there. So I'll be out number 1. And if Adams can find some more at-bats like that, he'll be sitting pretty good. Up now is Valdez. We saw a foul out in that last one. Popped it up into foul territory, and the grab was made. So it'll be 1-0. Senior 0 for 2 in this game. Make it 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out in this 1-run game. The wind still pushing in a little bit and towards right, as that one we hit towards Simpson, and a good play there by him, getting there in time and scooping it and making the throw.
Yeah, another one with him ranging to his left there. That was off the very end of the bat. Might have had a little bit of Q spin on it, but no problem for Simpson.
Yeah, and you can see it on your screen here. A tough play there. Good job just getting there in time to make the play for the Mocs. Now the right fielder up for the Spartans in Ashby. One of 3 lefties in the lineup. Lefties 1 for 6 so far in this game for the Spartans. Too high there. Delivered in the zone. Two, 1, 2 outs. Up and away, 3-1. Adams just lost a little bit of control on that last one. Good spot for Ashby to try to swing, but 2 outs. Takes that one, and he thought it was out, but it'll be in the zone. Full count now for the right fielder. And that one too low, ends up getting the walk anyways. So now one more batter for Adams to face here in this top of the 6th.
Yeah, try to throw a back foot slider there out of the same tunnel that he got that called strike with the fastball, but Ashby was not biting.
Yeah, Ashby didn't swing at that previous one and wasn't fooled by the final. Woodburn now up the second baseman. 1 for 2 on the day as the righty, as that one will be sent up into the air. Will that be able to have a play made? No, but it's a US 98 ball. Added to the tally.
It bounced at least 20 feet in the air.
Good thing I'm not driving by. But if you are driving by, make sure to stop by Historic Henley Field. And if you're still hungry, Walk On Sports Bistro, one of the sponsors of Florida Southern Athletics. I'm lucky enough to be able to do the Walk On Coaches Show during basketball season. That just ended last week, but a lot of fun conversations there, not only with the coaches, but also with everyone who you bring to get some quality food there from an establishment that supports Florida Southern sports. 0-2, 2 outs, as that one is too high. 1-2.
One of the few places you can get gator bites at.
That's true.
Don't see gator on the menu at a lot of places.
Have you had them?
Yeah, everyone says that they taste like chicken, but everyone says that everything that you've never had before
people say
tastes
frog
like
legs
chicken.
taste like chicken
Exactly.
too, and it's like I don't know. So I've had both. I remember I think gator's pretty good.
I agree that it's good, but I'd say it's definitely chewier than chicken.
I agree. I agree. Will that one find the zone? No, it will not. So it'll be a full count, 2 outs.
A little high, I guess. Runner will be on the move here with the full count, as you see McKenna playing off.
Let's see what this one will be. That one sent in and fouled off. Ashby getting some steps in, rounding second, and now rounding his way right back.
Yeah, depending on how long this at-bat goes, Ashby is going to be done with his cardio for the day. We'll just say that.
Adams now over that 80 pitch count in this game. I think I see some action in the Mocs bullpen. And that'll be a walk there. So now back-to-back full count walks here for Adams. He's done a lot of work, but hasn't gotten it a payoff just yet. Now Garavito up. He's 2 for 2 in this game, so dangerous situation here for Adams.
Odette's coming out of the dugout to at least talk to him.
Just waiting to see if that would happen, and I don't think I see a lineup paper in his hand, and well, maybe he's pulling it out there, but I think he'll have Adams finish this one out. Let's see, yeah. Looks like he's saying, hey, just find the zone here. 3 times. Maybe find some weak contact, just get it out, and then we can figure it out from here.
Well, a lot of these times when you think a pitcher's almost done with their outing and the manager comes out with 2 outs, it's really just a mentality check. Odette probably went up there. It's like, you want this guy, you want to finish this inning, and then based off of Adams' response and his tone, obviously it was a good one, and he's getting this batter here.
Now, as a pitcher, when you get that conversation, what's really going through your mind?
I'm going to get this guy out. I don't care how it's done. I just told my coach to keep me in the game. I'm not going to make myself look dumb.
That's a pretty easy response then. Just get her done.
Yeah, I don't care how I get 14 out right now. It's just as long as he's walking back to the dugout.
And Garavito's been a tough guy to get out. Like I mentioned, 2 for 2 in this game. Singled and then doubled. Scored a run after that double in the 5th. That lone run to score today for the Spartans as that finds the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike with those 2 runners on. Adams sends it in and away. Two, 1, 2 outs. Adams has had to work back in a few counts already today. Let's see if he can work his way back here. Sends it in, contacted. Will that one fall? Yes, it will. Out of the glove of Roshan Riley. That will be the tying run making its way home. Ashby finds his way, the stand-up double. And now let's see if there will be another meeting on the mound.
Very similar to the ball we saw lined off of McKenna's glove earlier. Perfectly timed jump, just tipped off of Roshan's glove there.
Looks like Odette got a message from the walkie-talkie, and he'll walk his way out to the mound.
Let's see who it is coming in.
Looks like Logan's day may be coming to a close here. Waiting to see anyone walking over from the dugout, and we will see someone.
All in all, a great outing by Logan. A lot of traffic and a lot of jams that he got out of today, and we'll be seeing Tanner Rollison trying to help his buddy's ERA out and by not letting in any of these inherited runners.
Yeah. Rollison now coming up, the lefty for the Mocs, and we'll take a quick break here, let him warm up, and try to finish off this inning strong. The Mocs need some strong pitching to close this one out, and they need the bats to get going in this 2-2 game. Welcome back. You can see Rollison warming up here. And we saw the curveball during the break, and man, that's got some pretty good movement. Let's see if he can move the needle here for the Mocs in this top of the 6th. 1 out is needed before the Mocs can try to get back on track. They've had 4 straight innings without a run. Tampa back-to-back with 1. We're looking to limit any more from coming in here for the number 1 team in the country, with number 33, Russo, coming up, the first baseman in this one for the Spartans.
Yeah, this is a classic matchup game in here, bringing in the lefty to face the left-handed batter. Expect to see that curveball that we were talking about, as that's very common in these left-on-left matchups.
Trying to get him swinging away maybe in this one. Delivered, and there's that curveball. No swing, though, so it'll be 1-0. It's a little bit too far outside with the start of that one to warrant a swing from Russo. That one's sent towards the zone, and it'll go up and over the glove. That'll be 1 run scoring. They'll try to get 2 here. Can Ahmad Fitz throw it in time? No, he will not, as it goes past, and Rollison doesn't see it.
Tanner.
And now rounding second and heading towards third, Russo with a single there, and the Mocs are now down 2 runs.
A hard hit ground ball by Russo, gets past McKenna. Can't really blame him there, but the throw gets away from Philly, and Tanner Rollison just never saw it around the backstop there, and that allowed the base runner to move up to second.
Yeah, and it just looked like his back was like turned to the ball there. Just not the sequence you needed if you're Florida Southern.
Absolutely not.
So now a 2-run deficit. Runner on second after the mix-up. Low and inside, ball number 1. The Mocs just need to get out of this top half of the inning and try to find a way to regroup. Rollison too high. 2-0, 2 outs with that runner on second. It's gone from a 2-1 lead to a 4-2 deficit for Florida Southern. Another one, 3-0. Deliver there into the zone. King thought he made it on base, did not. He's 1 for 2 on the day. 3-1 now. Rollison sends it in, and that one will be a ball.
Tanner's been really good this year. So far, he's got 19 2/3 innings pitched with a 2.75 ERA. However, when he does get in trouble, it is when he loses the zone at random times. He will give up a lot of base runners.
Let's see if he can find a way to limit those runners from coming home here. Those 2 on now. This 6th inning of play has really been a change of pace from what we've seen throughout this game. A lot slower of a pace with the amount of runners on and amount of foul balls and hits that we've even seen. Those 3 runs scoring here in this 6th. All of them earned. (0-2) now, finding the zone. The switch hitter, Williams. (0-2), 2 outs, 2 runners on, 2-run lead, but too high on that last one. Sent inside. 2-2. And Williams still looks like he's walking around a little gingerly here. Doesn't look fully comfortable.
Yeah, it's not Not what you want to see if you're in the Spartans dugout, especially since speed is such a large part of his game.
That one will be popped up. Who will get it? Relaford wants it, and he will get the grab. So 3 runs scoring in that top of the 6th. The Mocs need to find a way to respond here. They haven't scored a run since that first inning of play when they got 2. Let's see what they'll do here on the SSC Digital Network. Welcome back. Bottom of the 6th. The Spartans now up 4-2 here in this home game for Florida Southern. They've done a really good job at home this year. They're 17-2 overall at home, 7-2 coming into the series as well. After the first 2 games, actually 19-2 now and 9-2 overall in conference play. This game deciding who after this series will leave in the top position in the SSC. Rollins coming into today 10-5 overall in conference play. A lot of games for them already in SSC play, so other teams will be looking to try to get that win count up close to that 10 that they have. Right now it's a big matchup here for Florida Southern and the Spartans.
Yeah, it's certainly nice to have the tiebreaker over Tampa at the very least, but you'd like to take the lead after this series.
0-1-0-2. Thurman watching both of those, and now will be forced to swing. Very productive player at the D1 level last year. Former art major, in case you didn't know.
Former? What is he now?
Now he's getting his MBA here at the Becker Business School.
Oh.
I always like to say he's trying to use the diamond as his canvas. Have a work of art with this at bat.
Wow. That's some words.
Hey, that's what I get paid the big bucks to do. It's 2-2, and that one is sent right to second base. And it'll be out number 1. Rough draft there on the at-bat is now coming up to the plate will be Rabin. Rabin, not a former art major, I can tell you that. He'll be coming up here, though, the power hitter, playing DH in this one. He's 0 for 2 in this game, looking for a hit. And something we talked about in the break, coming into this inning, 69 pitches total for Sip, the starting pitcher. He's done a nice job of just limiting that pitch count, and the Mocs need to find a way to try to increase it a little bit here to get him off, because he's been doing a great job.
Yeah, he's really been efficient here since that 3rd inning, like I stated earlier. And the Mocs really just need to find a way to get him off the mound.
That'll be too high there, so it'll be 1-2. Swing and a miss. Good curveball there. Just trying to swing at that one, but looks a little bit like a golf swing, as that one was too low there to get contact. Roshan Riley coming up. We saw him hit one really well in that last one, a deep left field. He's been walked in his previous 2 at-bats intentionally. So let's see what he'll do here.
Yeah, he's been seeing the ball really well here the entire year, really.
Yeah, one of the top hitters, one of the top defenders in the SSC, and he's continued that this series.
Yeah, he's been a staple in the Mocs lineup for the past 3 years.
Just moving out of the way of that one. Maybe could have leaned into it a little bit, but It'll be 1-1.
He decided to keep his ankles.
Yeah, and it's always easy for me to say maybe you could have leaned into it when I have you protected me and the netting, too, from all the balls coming this way. So it'll be 2-1 here, 2 outs. And too high for a second, but dipping down in time. Riley took that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-run deficit. And that one, Tampa wanted the call but didn't get it.
Yeah, that one clearly outside, too far in, but the Tampa side does not seem to care.
Full count, 2 outs, and swung on. Able to get some contact. Staying alive is Roshan Riley. On deck will be Chris McKenna. Too low there, Riley making sure to toss the bat a little bit extra on his way on to first. He's done an excellent job of, like you mentioned earlier, just seeing the ball well in this series so far, and another opportunity for him to get on base.
Yeah, it was a great job working a walk there in a 2-strike count and raising that pitch count up for Stipp.
Yeah, now Stipp up above 80 pitches in this one at 85. I see some action in the Tampa bullpen as McKenna swinging and missing at that.
Yeah, really, right now I think the Mocs batters would be happy to see anyone else.
Fitz 1 for 2 on the day in the on-deck circle. That one a chopper towards short. Trying to hit and run there was Florida Southern, but will not be able to run in time. So it'll be out number 3 and a 2-run lead for the Spartans as we'll head to the top of the 7th here on the SSC Digital Network. Welcome back, top of the 7th here, as Florida Southern finds themselves down 2 right now after a huge top of the 6th for the Spartans. Normally 3 runs doesn't seem like a ton, especially with how well both these teams are at hitting, but in this game, 3 runs feels like 6.
Yeah, the way this game has gone, runs really seem like a luxury. It will be interesting to see it. That was probably Stipp's last inning with the motion in the Spartans dugout. We'll see how the Mocs respond to a new arm from the Spartans, but a 2-run lead seems pretty comfortable with the way that this game has been going.
And Saladino will be coming up here. He's made it on base twice in this second game of the doubleheader. And that one is hit really well, but will be pulled in a little bit. I thought it was hit better. That one just sent all the way up in the air and corralled there by the right fielder.
Yeah, the wind really killed that one. That started out where Ahmad Fitz was typically playing in the outfield, and then it almost went to the point where Simpson had a play on it.
Yeah, I thought that one jumped off the bat, but I guess a little bit underneath, pulling it upwards. Still a decent hack there by Saladino. Urso now up 0 for 3 in this one. Not something you say too much with him. Stellar player for the Tampa side. Third baseman starting it off with the strike against him. Rollison delivers. That one is ripped and right into the glove of Mikey Scott. We went to right. Now we're going to left. Let's see if Thurman gets any action in this one. Valdez up. Also 0 for 3. Let's see if he can get Grant in some action.
Yeah, so far he's the lone strikeout for the Spartans.
Will be 0-1. Two outs here for Rollison. Check swing there and checked enough, so it'll be 1-1. Be 2-1, excuse me. Thought I missed one for a second. Didn't know if I was seeing things, but it'll be 2-1, 2 outs, and oh my goodness. Seeing some things there was Valdez, and it was not the pitch. It'll be 2-2.
Yeah, he was swinging out of his shoes and his helmet there.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and that one will be sent up, and let's see where it'll land. I think that might be another US 98 ball.
Yeah, Valdez is not seeing that curveball well right now. He's chopping at it, and it is not a pretty swing right now.
And if you're Rollison, what are you going to try to throw here, this 2-2 count?
I'd keep on throwing it up until he lays off. Or freeze him on a fastball, whatever works.
All gas, no brakes. Rollison driving the mock success right now into this bottom of the 7th. Back on track in that top of the 7th. Let's see what the bats can do here on the SSC Digital Network. Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th here, and the man of the hour, or I guess you could say the last hour and a half for the Spartans, Stipp, is on the mound still here for the Spartans. He's at 87 total pitches in this game. He's allowed 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned with 6 walks and 3 strikeouts. No extra base hits and no runs since the first inning.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he's been given the keys to the full inning or just this at-bat against Fitz, the lefty.
Some lefty-lefty action. Fitz, we talk about it all the time, has great power. Let's see what he can do here for the Mocs. So that one is underneath the off-speed. It'll be sent back towards the netting. So I'll make it 0-1, no outs. That one sent right towards short. And will the play be made in time? No. Fitz just off, as it'll be out number 1.
It seems that they're going to let Stipp continue on this inning, especially since the pitcher in the bullpen for the Spartans is left-handed as well.
And it looks like a sidearm deliver for the pitcher in the bullpen right now for the Spartans, so maybe continuing to try to test the Mocs. They struggled a little bit against the lefty to close the last one against Satin, so interested to see how the Mocs will continue to handle these lefties. Check swing wasn't checked early enough, so it was contacted there. 0-2, 1 out. Philly already behind in the account now and looks to try to find a way to get back where he needs to be. Good take. That off speed not too enticing there. One, two, too high. I'm glancing over at the dugout right now. Don't see too much going on. Is that one? Wow.
What a play by Urso. Oh,
And
he
off.
threw it away.
Urso, a great effort to dive and save that one, but the same result there because of the errant throw. Trying to dance around there was Philly, but able to get on no matter what.
We've seen Urso have some throwing issues. In the first game, he had a tailor-made double play hit to him that he sent into right field. This is second in throwing error of the day.
Relaford will be up now 0 for 2 on the day, but has had some pretty good hacks. That one sent right back. A little bit away there, so I didn't need JC to make a play for me. Got to give him some rest. So it'll be 0-1. Outside. Ball 1 there. The Mocs have the tying run at the plate with 1 out, so have an opportunity to make something happen here. Let's see how aggressive they are on the base pass. We mentioned earlier, Philly has had a full day of action. As that one is another one that's ripped to left, but just a little early again. So it'll be 1-2. 1-2, 1 out after that foul ball to deep left. Too high. Good take there by Relaford. Not getting too frazzled in the at-bat. So it'll be 2-2. As that'll be too low and make it a full count. Glancing over at the dugout here, it looks like Urso. Well,
Coach Urso.
Coach Urso, excuse me. Will keep Stip in. Got to make that distinction. And full count, 1 out. Swung on there. That one sent up, and the play will likely be made by second base, and it will. Woodburn getting underneath it for out number 2. Now Simpson will be up at the plate. Scott will be in the on-deck circle, but Simpson will need to get on base first here before we can think about Scott making a difference in this one. Simpson would be the tying run here for the Mocs, but like I mentioned earlier, no runs have scored since the first, but now there'll be a meeting on the mound.
We'll see. And that'll be it for Stip. A great outing for him. He really settled in after that second inning.
Yeah, really, really good job for him. And that was pitched number 100 exactly. Once he got to triple digits, made his way to the dugout and getting dapped up by the entire Tampa team, and he should be a tremendous effort. We'll take a quick break here. We'll have that new pitcher after this. We'll let him warm up and see what the rest of this inning has to hold here on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th. And coming up will be Ryan Stefiuk 1.08 ERA. He has 8 appearances, no starts, but 2 wins. In 16 and a third innings pitched, has allowed just 5 hits with 3 runs scoring, 2 of them earned, 17 strikeouts, and 6 walks. Oh, and by the way, a .096 opponent batting average.
I mean, he must have some electric stuff. I mean, he's throwing out that 3/4 slot, which tends to see a little bit more movement on some pitches. Got to be a lefty-lefty nightmare, and that's probably part of why they put him in to face Simpson.
Cleary Simpson will be up. Stefiuk, lefty senior from Green Bay, Wisconsin. That one's sent too low. Oh, and by the way, Stefiuk, in case you're wondering, previously attended Vanderbilt University. So
I heard they're decent at baseball.
yeah, I've heard a few good things. A .66 whip. Last year was a part of the team, part of the national championship team, but went to Vandy as a freshman, then transferred to State College of Florida, and then made it to Tampa last year. So it'll be 1-1, 2 outs. Two, 1. Contacted there. Will it go into the gap? It will, but it will not fall in time. So that'll be out number 3. The Mocs down 2 runs as we head to the top of the 8th. Stefiuk coming in here for Stipp. And the Mocs looking to find a way to keep it a 2-run lead for Tampa as we head to the top of the 8th on the SSC Digital Network. Welcome back. 2-run lead for the Spartans, and on the mound right now for the Mocs is Rollison. Tanner Rollison coming into today, 2.75 ERA. You're looking to keep the Mocs within 2. Men's lacrosse in action right now as well. They're tied 6 apiece with Palm Beach Atlantic over in PBA. Starts it off with the strike, and then it's followed up with a contact there. I was going to say a hit, but Grant Thurman, if he's in the area, it's in the glove. And I'll be out number 1. And we've seen pretty good fan turnout for all of these games so far, and it kind of has to be when you're playing the University of Tampa, a rival here of the Mocs, and especially when Tampa's playing good and the Mocs are playing good. It's must-see baseball. We have members of, I've seen some of the soccer teams, some of the swim teams, and obviously some of the JV baseball teams as well, as that one will be popped up towards center, and Thurman gets another.
Yeah, you're going to see a good turnout whenever these two teams play, especially when, depending on what poll you look at, this is a top 15 matchup and sometimes even a top 10 matchup, depending on which poll you want to matter most. So this is a great matchup.
2 outs here. As coming up is Woodburn. Walked in his last one. Or excuse me, that was just Woodburn. I apologize. Garavito up. 3 for 3 with back-to-back doubles and at-bats. Scored a run in each of those. Was that 1 run first of the game in the 5th and scored another in the 6th after batting 1 in. That one swung on and right off the foot. Shaking up a little bit. Hope he's okay.
Those never feel good.
I can only imagine. It'll be 1-1 after that foul ball. He'll find his way back to the batter's box, I think. Looking to tough it out here. One, 2 outs. Santiago at the plate. And he'll take that next one. It'll be strike number 2. Contacted well there. That one into deep left, but underneath it will be Mikey Scott. That'll be out number 3. And Rollison, after that 6th inning, has really locked in here now. Time for the Mox Bats to find a way to do the same on the SSC Digital Network. Welcome back here in this bottom of the 8th. The Mocs have Mikey Scott coming up, the left fielder. He has a single, an RBI, and a run in this one. In just 3 at-bats. Hasn't found a hit since that first when the Mocs scored those 2 runs. He had something to do with both of them. Grounded out in the 3rd, flew out in the 5th, but no better time than now to get things rolling. And like we mentioned, to close out that last one, Steph Yuka here on the mound for the Spartans. Team leader in ERA with that 1.08. 0.66 whip. Not too shabby either.
Not bad at all.
Mikey Scott came into this game a 400 batter. 48 hits, now at 49, looking for number 50. 15 total extra base hits this season, with 4 triples coming into this game. 4 triples, 6 homers, and 5 doubles. That first one too low, so we'll make it 1-0. Another ball. And that one is swung on. Mikey Scott will send that up and over. Was that even a question? Mikey Scott starts it off with a lead-off homer And the Mocs found some life.
Hopefully that gets his offense jump-started here. They were dead for the past 7 innings. 2-0 challenge pitch. Probably shouldn't challenge Mikey Scott too often.
Yeah, Mikey Scott, one of the better batters in the SSC, let alone in the country. And you can see this last replay. This one was yard. Oh, my goodness. That one just jumped off the bat.
It didn't clear the wall by much, but it got out of here in a hurry.
And that one is swung on. Let's see where it'll end up. And some fans trying to make a grab on it near the concession stand. They're not on the team for a reason. Unable to make the grabs, will be 0-1. As Thurman will be up looking for that first hit of this game. He's 0 for 2. As that one is sent right back towards us, but JC not having to worry about making the play yet. It'll be 0-2. And actually, let's check here. Steph, we mentioned that ERA. That's the first homer he's allowed all season. Before that, only 2 extra base hits allowed, both of them doubles.
I mean, and you can see why. His fastball's got some really good life on it. He just got behind an account to a really good hitter.
1-2. Mocs with 3 runs and 3 hits. That one is swung on, but just moving a little bit towards center. Will it fall in time? Oh, my goodness. What a play there in center. And that's something we saw in left by Williams earlier, just laying out, and King misjudged it a little bit, but just made the grab.
Yeah, tough read out there. Must have had a little bit of topspin on it, and you combine that with the fact that the wind is whipping in right now. It's just a bad read, but he was able to make up for it with his athleticism.
And there's nothing you can do there except laugh if you're either side. Just if you're Tampa laughing and being like, well, we got it. Let's keep it moving. And the Mocs just being like, well, that's just how it's fallen for us today.
Well, yeah, you're laughing because he still made the play. If he didn't make the play, it wouldn't be so funny.
0-1, 1 out. Rabin looking for hit number 1 of the game. He struck out in his last at-bat, lined out in the first, flew out in the fourth, but those first 2 at-bats had really solid hacks. One's across the board as that one will fall in time. The Mocs looking to rally.
Yeah, it seems like they're seeing the ball well out of Steph Uke's hand. A lot of loud contact here.
You can see that replay on your screen now. Roshan Riley up. Do you think they're going to walk him now? I don't think they will.
I don't think so.
Just always have to ask now after those 2 intentional walks.
There's not a base open. Maybe if Rabin was on second base, you might see a walk here, but...
Oh, and now a pinch runner coming in. I believe that's Adrian Davis, I think. We saw him pinch run earlier in this one. That one's a chopper. Will it stay fair? No. And yeah, that will be Adrian Davis.
Yeah, he pinch ran in the game earlier today. We'll see him get a lot of pinch running instances because he does have blazing fast speed. I'm pretty sure I looked this up before the game that he had a 6.760 time. He can move.
Yeah, maybe on the track team, but that is a little bit better than what mine would be.
He has a 6.62 60-yard dash.
Yeah, that's insane.
At least that's what he had in high school, and according to Perfect Games website.
Well, it'll be 0-1 here. Let's see how much he'll want to run against the lefty. And the dugout is yelling go, so maybe they want to see that 6.62 speed. It'll be ones across the board, though. Not going there was Davis. 1 run is the deficit here. The Mocs, when they had 2 hits, they had 2 runs. When they had 3 hits, they had 3 runs. Let's see what they can do here with their 4 hits.
You might not see him run this at bat, not wanting to take the bat out of Roshan's hand here. However, if he gets out and we see that we get 2 outs here, it'd be likely to see him try to steal second to only be a base hit away from a run.
Roshan Riley. That one away. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 1-run game here. Tampa with 8 hits compared to 4 for the Mocs. Davis on first. And he'll go, and he's going to get picked off. 6.62 speed there. Not able to make it work despite getting picked off, and the Mocs now having another out here due to their aggressive base running. We've seen that a few times in the last 2.
Yeah, as we stated earlier, it has been an issue for the Mocs getting picked off this year.
Especially against a lefty. We've seen it not really work. I was surprised to see Davis go there. Outside, full count now, and especially with Riley at the plate. I feel like trusting that bat, or even his ability to get walks to try to find it, but that's why I'm up here in the booth. As that one will be swung on, going foul. Up next, if Riley can find a way on base, will be McKenna. Full count as that one is fouled off. Some antics on the Tampa side, making us giggle a little bit.
Yeah.
Full count, 2 outs here for Roshan. He's not laughing about anything. He's all business here. And that one will be swung on. Will be moving its way towards right. And Ashby will get it in the glove. 1 run scoring there, the first since that first inning of play. Let's see what the Mocs can do, though. They need another shutout inning. Can they find it here? And then the next question, can they find another run? Well, we'll see next year on the SSC Digital Network. Welcome back, Rollison on the mound here for the Mocs. During one of the breaks earlier, JC and I were talking. We were saying I think 5 might be the magic number, and so far, it's looking like it will be. 4 runs for the Spartans, 3 runs for the Mocs, and Rollison, like I mentioned, on the mound. Russo will be coming up. He's 1 for 3 on the day. After him will be King, and then the lead-off batter in Williams.
Yeah, this is a crucial inning for the Mocs in general to keep the deficit at 1, to always be a swing away from tying this game up.
Outside. Russo in his last one had that 2 RBI single in the 6th, which really gave the reins of this one to the Spartans. Let's see what Tampa can do here. It'll be a 1-1 count after that last strike. Russo, a 266 batter coming into the game today. 2-1. Ooh, nasty.
That was a big swing there from Russo, and slow curveball just missed the barrel.
I'll move it to 2-2 here. And a swing and a miss. Off speed and right back on. That one over the plate and ahead of the bat. So it'll be strikeout and out number 1 here of this top of the 9th. Now each side has struck out 3 times. The Mocs have been walked 6 times compared to 4 times for the Spartans. But the big difference maker in this one, 4 extra base hits for Tampa. Just 1 for Florida Southern. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, and that one for Southern being that Mikey Scott home run. It's been a lot of station-to-station work with the walks and the singles.
0-1, 1 out now. And 0-2. Good job there by Rollison, just placing it right on the edge of the zone there. Trying to take that one was King, but now he'll have to try to defend. King was walked in his last one, doubled in the one before that with an RBI. Swing and a miss. Rollison rolling right now past the Spartans. Strikeout number 2.
He's really feeling it. You can tell by the way he's walking around.
Yeah, look at that strut. It'll be 2 outs now after those 2 strikeouts. Williams, switch hitter, is up. Looking like he's a lot better now. That walk looked a lot normal up to the plate. Remember, had that foul off his calf a little bit earlier in this one. Glad he's doing okay. As that one will be hit towards left, and that will be at least 2 for him. The speedy left fielder for the Spartans finds 2, and he's trying to ignite something for them right here. First well-hit ball in a little bit against Rollison, but the Mocs just need to take a breather, bounce back here. Saladino now back up. Two outs, runner on second, curveball, no swing. The senior walked in the first, singled in the third, and then got out in the 5th and 7th. That one sent up in the air. Who wants it? It looks like Fitz will call for it, and he'll make the grab. And Rollison, a really good showing here. He's kept the Mocs close in this one after a shaky start to his outing, but now is time for the bats to get going here. Up next for the Mocs, that will be McKenna. After him, it'll go McKenna, Fitz, Philly. And then the Mocs have a chance to try to walk it off with those 3. If they need more, it'll be Relaford and Simpson. But first, they need to get those first 3 in some order on base. Let's see what they'll do here on the SSC Digital Network. Welcome back. Bottom of the 9th hasn't been needed in the first 2 games of this series. Now it is. The Mocs looking to find a way to walk it off on their cross-town rivals, the University of Tampa Spartans. The Mocs, number 13 in the country. Tampa, number 1, no matter what poll you look at. Let's see if the Mocs can find a way to find some life here. First, Chris McKenna will look to ignite that flame here for Florida Southern in their siege of the Spartans here at historic Henley Field.
Yeah, Rollison did his job in the top half, keeping the Mocs only down 1.
Yeah, Rolliston's performance in that 7th, 8th, and ninth inning cannot be understated. Did a really good job of slowing down a Tampa team that looked like they were going to try to run away with it. Low and away in the zone there against McKenna. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He had a sac hit in the first. His swing and a miss there. He's grounded out in his last 2. Quick 0-2 count. Stefiuk not wasting any time. Pitch number 25 for him. Right here. Swing and a miss. That'll be a strikeout there. The first for Stefiuk in the first here of the bottom of the 9th. Like I mentioned earlier, the Mocs with 1 extra base hit in this game, that being the homer from Mikey Scott earlier here. Ahmad Fitz has great pop, and the Mocs will likely need an extra base hit in this inning if they want to find a way to be even or walk it off.
Yeah, a base runner in scoring position here would be huge before we get to 2 outs.
Fitz swings there, and he's underneath it. Trying to make a play is Tampa. They'll go towards the dugout, and sliding in. Will not be able to get close to that one as it went up and over the netting. The wall blocked it, though, from becoming a US 98 ball, in case you were keeping the tally at home. Don't worry, we've had 2 this game. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
Fitz was trying to tie this ball game with that swing, swinging out of his shoes.
Still has some room to wiggle. See what he'll do here. It's the wind's pushing in now, is pushing towards right a little bit, but it'll be tough to hit a homer unless you hit it right down that first base line. But the lefty has a good chance to do that, and he's done that a few times this year. In the zone. 2-2. Mocs aren't too happy with that one.
Looked to be a tad outside from here, but my opinion doesn't matter.
2-2, 1 out. Outside. Confirmed. Full count now.
A walk or a base hit here, either would be huge.
Especially with how we've seen Philly swing throughout this game. He's on deck. Is that one will be popped up there by Fitz. And almost losing it there for a second, but the catch is made, and it will be out number 2. The Mocs will need a miracle here. They're 0 for 7 with 2 outs in this game. 4 for 26. They're 4 for 27 now after that last one. Neither side has hit the ball extremely well today, but like I mentioned earlier, extra bases have been the difference. In the zone, strike number 1. Philly made it on to second after a walk in the 5th. And trying to negotiate a call there, doesn't get it. 0-2, 2 outs. The catcher behind the plate. Trying to catch a break here for the Mocs as this is delivered. Swung on in right up the middle. Corey Philly keeping the Mocs' hopes alive. The tying run is on first base, and Jevin Relaford is up at the plate.
That's a great job of being aware of the situation you're in. 2 outs, final strike, down to your final strike of the game, and just putting the ball in play.
Just square it up.
Moving the line. It seems we're going to get a pinch runner for him since he has been catching the whole game. Seems to be the freshman Brewington.
That first one being a ball, Colby Brewington, Lakeland Christian School graduate, so from the area. First team All-County during his high school career and won a state championship. We'll move to 1-1 here with Relaford up. That one contacted and into right field, and that will be it. The Mocs, unfortunately, will fall here to end this one 4-3. The Spartans end up on top in this one. They had 9 hits compared to 5 for Florida Southern. A late rally, not enough for the Mocs, as they will be unable to get the series sweep against the Spartans. Get the series win, though. Will be in second place in the SSC standings, ahead of Rollins, but 1 game behind the Spartans. But like JC mentioned earlier, the Mocs have the tiebreaker. Florida Southern will be taking a quick break from action, but we'll be returning to action pretty soon against Nova Southeastern in just a couple of days. I'll be back on the call for that one, where the Mocs will look to bounce back with another win. The pitching just too strong in the end there for the Spartans. And we'll end it here.